What is up, guys? My name is Truliant here for MMOHuts.com, bringing you an overview video for Elsword's newest character, Luciel. Lucille is a bit of an oddity among other playable avatars in Elsword, since you don't just play as one character, but instead you play as two. Now you're probably asking yourself, why? Why is there two playable characters? And the answer is because they said so. That's why. Nah, I'm actually kidding. There's an entire backstory.
누군가의 외침이 들렸다.
Well, that was rude.
귀를 울리는 익숙한 목소리. 가슴을 아리던 통증은 이미 차갑게 식어 있었고 목소리는 더 이상 나오지 않았다. 정말 이것으로 끝인 걸까? 씁쓸한 웃음과 함께 나는 어둠 속으로 빠져들었다. 어릴 적 도적의 약탈로 가족을 잃은 나는
Ah, yes, the old cliched anime character introduction. As interesting as it may be, it's pretty long, so let's speed this up a little bit. There are two characters that make up the entity known as Lucille. Lu, the demon princess of sour cream, and Ciel, the strange 20-something-year-old human with a slightly disturbing obsession for adorable lolly demon princesses. One day out of nowhere, Lu just appeared in front of Ciel, and he thought, hey, what's this strange child doing sitting out here all by herself? I'd better take her home before someone else does. Lu suffered a short bout of amnesia, just like every other anime girl that appears out of nowhere, until everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Or just demons. Ciel fought off the demons for as long as he could until somebody thought it was cool to bust out a sniper rifle and shoot him in the chest. Lu wasn't going to take that though. Nuh-uh. She decided to stop time right before Ciel died, and because by this point she conveniently remembered that she was a demon princess, and she also introduced herself as Lucille or Sour Cream, and that's not even a joke. Sour Cream, yeah. So Sour Cream Princess here offers Ciel a contract for his soul, which of course he accepts. They end up living happily ever after as one entity, although I'm sure bathroom breaks got a bit awkward. Onward to a slightly more serious note, Lucille's fighting style is pretty interesting. You can switch back and forth between each character by doing various combos or using special moves. While Lu's focus on fighting is a bit more of a slow but heavy hitter, Ciel's approach is quicker, using both ranged and melee combat while having a lower defense. At level 15, you get to choose two possible paths for Lucille. And today we've brought in MMOHuts' very own Dizzy PW to talk more about the new classes and their effect on PvP. Bring on the commentary.
Hey, thanks for that overview, Trilliant. This is Dizzy PW here, hopping in for my personal hands-on commentary on Luciel's first job for his 2 pass, the Chiliarch and Royal Guard. And I have to say, going into this, I heard a lot of complaints of people watching the Korean servers and saying, this guy, well, these two as one is a bit too overpowered. Come to see, I can see why. You go in with Lu here, she's just... Don't let her lolly stats fool you. This tiny little girl packs a punch. Switching to her felt like I brought the power and presence of Raven with a little bit more lenience on accuracy in terms of people trying to dodge. She takes some wide swings, still hits really hard, a master kill stealer, and then compare that, or mix that in fact, with the fact that she can switch out to Ciel, who I would say is most comparable to the speed dodginess and just, oh, I hate you so much kind of range damage that Rina brings to the table. And granted, neither one of them, at least at this state of the game, we'll wait until their extra paths come out, but right now neither one really goes head-to-head as well as the Raven and Rina comparison. But the fact that you can switch between a Rava and Raven comparable on one character brings so much utility to the field that there's no cohesive, coherent strategy that your opponents can bring to the table to really bring you down as long as you're the initiator in the fight. And that is where Lucille really seemed to fall short. Great on the offense, great on defense if they expect it coming, but when you catch a Lucille off guard and start pummeling them, especially when they're in their Ciel form, there is just not a lot they can do to get out of that except mana break, fall on the ground, and hope you don't continue the combo right when they get back up, at least until they can clear some distance from you. And if you're stuck in Lu form, sure, you might be able to take the pummel a little bit better, especially if you can get some of her armor, hyper armor abilities off, but you're not going to be able to get away from people. Lu is just... I thought Chung was clunky, but Lu is just like Iron Man trying to just walk across the field. I compared almost to back in my N64 days playing Super Mario when you would get a metal box and you're just like clunk, clunk, I'm going to sink to the bottom of the ocean. That's what Lu and her little robot demon arms feel like to me. So let's actually break down into my thoughts on how I felt with the jobs that I was getting the first look on. First, there's Lu's Chiliarch. It's essentially icy, scary demons that she brings to the table. It's even more range, hitting above her, below her, gives her a lot more presence in a fight, makes her an amazing... If she's the queen of something in the demon realm, it was probably kill stealing, because you can just get your mana up and then sit on the sidelines, wait for someone to get low, and then just drop in and blow everyone in a PvP match away. Walk away with kills on anyone that was below 15 to 20% HP if they don't have enough defensive damage reduction armor on. And that's it. And the fact that her cast times are so fast means that it's pretty rare that you're even going to be able to hit her to counter her from some of her stronger attacks, which is what typically blocks characters from being able to just jump in and drop their ultimate to kill steal in situations like this. And quite a few of her attacks can be activated in midair in the Chiliarch form. So you have to watch out from below, from above, from left, from right. Not so much left and right because you'll see her coming, but if she gets the drop on you from above or below, she's going to steal a kill right out from under you, which might force you to have to focus her and knock her down just so that you can secure your own kill. On the other end, playing as Ciel with his Royal Guard form, his gun blade is annoying in the base job, but when you go Royal Guard, suddenly that gun blade is not just a nuisance, it is there to cut your half of your health out because you weren't paying attention to him. And that's what it becomes, is Ciel's Royal Guard is a global taunt. You cannot just let that guy stand there on the side, build up his mana, maybe switch back and forth between... Okay, so I should jump back into what I said earlier about the potential balance of not letting these characters change places. They can still change if they're left alone and do the 4-hit combo again and again to force their form change. Doing so unlocks this little meter next to their name, which opens up a whole can of whoop-ass for some freebie abilities they can get later on in the first job path. And if you let them do that on PvP, screw mana balance. This skill will come in, hit someone for 10% of their HP, again, kill stealing up the wazoo. And Ciel's Royal Guard, I feel, is the king of the cheap kills, just because as long as you don't have to worry about little bends in the map messing up range attacks, Ciel will go into his turret mode and just fire off kill stealing shots from halfway across the level. And the worst part is if you don't have the terrain on your side, such as a slope or something you can knock back and fall down onto, if it's just a straight 1-for-1 walkway, he will continue to pummel you with these bullets and you will not break out in time. And no matter how far you were ahead of this guy in a duel, that's going to be it. He gets you with 200 mana worth of bullets. He might not be unleashing any powerful attacks for a while, but you're already dead. So, in short, they have a lot of learning curve to them. I don't want to say flat out that Lucille is looking overpowered and unbalanced, especially in PvP right now. Definitely in PvE, they're quite the threat. They can run and keep up with groups, destroy things on the run, and then you switch to Lu form against a boss, and suddenly you just tear that boss up like it's nothing, because she brings so much damage and power when she doesn't have to worry about a dodgy opponent strafing her. And in PvP, on the other hand, their switching seems to be the key way that they're balanced, and that if they get caught off guard, they're just going to get messed up. They're not going to get the break they need to switch forms, especially if there's multiple people attacking them. I could see them turning around against one person, but not if you have a coordinated assault, which the true Elsword PvP seems to be in the 2v2 team fights lately. And we'll have to wait and see on the second form. That's one thing I wanted to bring up that they shared, is some people that claim that this first job is too powerful are missing out on the fact that this first job is technically the second job for one of the two characters that you've chosen. And so the second job will then power up the other character to an equal level. So in essence, you've got a right arm versus left arm scenario going on, where you might be really powerful compared to other first job characters, but at the same time, half of you is going to be this scraggly little weak arm that you're only going to be switching to out of necessity in some rare cases and never really worth your time. And considering that the key strategy of the character is switching back and forth between the two sides as fast as they can to do these really long Marvel vs. Capcom style combos, it's hard to say just how overpowered or underpowered they are at this first job state. But that's just my opinion after 2 hours testing out the classes. It could be entirely different with the people that already have a much more solid mastery of the game, as they'll really be able to wreak havoc with that on-the-fly switching to just rack up combo, 14, 18 hit combos, complete with chaining skills, and wreck people on the older characters with similar gear and similar levels. So we'll see how it plays out on the server. I'm very much looking forward to seeing how this character progresses. It's by far the most innovative and unique thing that Elsword has brought to the table, and I hope to see more like it in the future. This is DizzyPW. I'm going to step out and pass it back to Trilliant now to close out this video.
Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this collaboration video between DizzyPW and I here at MMOHuts. Lucille is definitely an innovative character and brings a nice breath of fresh air to Elsword. We've seen the good, the bad, and the lolly. Don't forget to like and subscribe to MMOHuts, and as always, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.